show every Sunday at 2 p.m. or on your favorite podcast app.
Cafe Latte offers made-from-scratch soups, salads, sandwiches, and mouth-watering desserts.
So come check out their pizza and wine bar, or get a treat from the bakery made fresh daily. Plus, you can still do online ordering and takeout, along with gift cards. Just go to cafelatte.com and choose from their ever-changing selection of award-winning salads, sandwiches, and soups. Cafe Latte is located off Victoria and Grand and online at cafelatte.com.
Connections Radio Show is all about tapping into our hardwired hunger to connect. We examine meaningful connections to ourselves, our community, and the world around us. By opening the door to innovative insights by a wide variety of interesting guests, we'll make the connections to something bigger than ourselves. Join me, Lori Fitz, your host of Connections Radio Show, and together we'll make the connections. Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. on AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota.
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Partly cloudy tonight with a low of 29, then a chance of rain on Saturday with a high of 45. Scotch Mama's Hot Barbecue offers the huge taste of selections like baby back ribs and pulled pork sandwiches out of a little place. Scotch Mama's is located just a block west of I-35W off of West Diamond Lake Road in South Minneapolis. Visit their website at scotchamamas.com. Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host, guest, random reptoid, or chupacabra may not necessarily reflect those of AM 950 Radio, its affiliates, or its sponsors. Now, it's time to step into the unknown. There are things people experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in the corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us. Share your story, share your experience, because this isn't just your story. This is our story. This is GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakken.
And this is GhostBox Radio on AM 950, where every night we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. But you know what? It's Friday, Casual Friday. It's pretty amazing. Very excited to make it through the week. Folks, you've asked for it, and whether you like it or not, you're gonna see if this is what you really want. We have Adam on camera tonight. I mean, look at that. My goodness, Adam, that's what you look like, huh? I never knew.
I warned them. I warned them all.
Yep.
Now you're stuck with the gray goatee, folks.
So you were recognized
Yes.
at Twin Cities Con.
Yeah, it was actually kind of neat. We're standing in line. I think the wife was buying Funkos or bobbleheads or something like that, or maybe we were in line for somebody else to get a signature of. And this guy walks up, and I'm sorry, I forget the gentleman's name because I was kind of taken aback, but he's like, "Didn't you fill in for Greg Bakken?" And I'm like, "On GhostBox?" He's like, "Yeah." It's like, "Yeah, I filled in for Greg on the Jennifer Lee episode. I'm Adam. I'm the one who shows up on Thursdays and Fridays." He's like, he's like, "It's great to actually meet you and all that." I'm like, "Yeah, that's cool too." And I'm sitting there standing in line going like, "Why didn't we have a booth? I could have charged this dude like $25 just to talk to me." But no, it was actually kind of awkward, but neat at the exact same time that somebody recognized me from the show. But I think the coolest thing that was said is this gentleman's like, he loves the fact that it is a live show.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, I've heard that too. We talked about this the other night. Absolutely. Yeah. That I get that quite a bit from people that they like the fact that it's live. Matter of fact, the gentleman who wrote the book on Roswell, when we had him on, he just said to me, "I'm just so happy that this is live and no one can mess with my words or anything." And then, I edited him out of the episode when I put up the podcast version. No, I didn't. But I mean, the thing is though, I mean, there is a need for the show that we do. There truly is. People might be like, "Oh, I don't believe in this," whatever. There is a need for this program.
Yeah. And even if you don't believe, don't sit there and crap on people who have had experiences. And where this is kind of a safe space for those individuals to come share their stories like your intro says, and even maybe even build an online community in the
Yeah.
chat.
Absolutely. Very much so. Very much so. Emily says that that's so cool that that happened. And we were trying to get in on Twin Cities Con this year. Just didn't work out. And we're hoping that that will happen next year, because I think that would be that, like you said, that'd be a lot of fun. I it's just, there is something really cool. Did I ever tell you my story about being recognized while getting my hair cut?
No, you didn't.
It's so I get my, being a big radio personality that I am, I get, my haircut over at, the top tier salons. This one was called Grat Clip, and
Ooh,
yeah,
fancy.
in Rogers, yeah. And it works, right? They're actually very good. They're very good over at Great Clips. It gets kind of like cost cutters always gets a bad connotation, but they're really good, especially the folks over at Rogers. But this one woman who I've had my haircut by her before, she's like, with scissors, of course. She starts knocking stuff over when she's talking to me. She's very nervous. She's just like, just like talking to me, and like stuff is getting knocked over. I'm like, are you okay? And she's like, I follow you. I know who you are. And I'm like, okay. It's like I'm just somebody who enjoys the paranormal and makes a deal out of it. I mean, that's all it really comes down to. But it was really interesting, and it's like, do you need to kind of compose yourself because you are kind of shaking with scissors at the moment? And I would like both ears when I leave this place. I just if that's all right with you. So yeah, that was really really interesting that she did. And then I had never seen her again as it happened. So I mean, they at Great Clips, they come in, they cut your hair maybe once or twice, then you never see them again. I don't know what that's about. It's like some kind of witness protection program or what that's going on over there. But it's that was
It
it.
it could easily be witness protection program. And going back to what you said when the hairstylist is like, "I follow you." Now imagine it wasn't 2023, but it was like 1993.
Mm. Hmm.
And the term "I follow you" would have two completely different meanings.
Yeah,
Because in
no,
2023, it's like, "Oh yeah, it's the socials." In 1993, it's like, "You're a stalker? I'm
yeah,
cool enough to have a stalker?"
right, right, exactly. It's so different now, isn't it? So yeah, and also Adam. First of all, Adam, happy anniversary, you and Danielle this week, right?
Yep, 20 years,
20 years.
2
Wow,
decades.
wow. I was married to my ex-wife for let's see, uh, as it happens, 20 years, but we only lived together for 11, if that makes any sense. So,
Yes,
hopefully,
Will Smith. It makes plenty of sense.
oh no, 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 no. It's it's very let's just say it's all over now, and that's the main thing. Mandy says that if they're good, they move on from Great Clips. It's basically what I've heard is if they can cut my hair, they've passed the hardest test, because I have a lot of colics. So I think that's how that works. To be honest, though, this is not a rip on Great Clips at all, because the people who do my hair over there just they are very very good. It's weird that they get that connotation. And also, I used to do advertising for Great Clips back in my agency days,
Oh,
when I
really?
was over at Campbell Mithun. So yeah, and so yeah, there's that. I also think, Adam, I think that basically, if I go back by my Facebook, my stream tonight, I think just about everybody is at the Billy Joel Stevie Nicks concert tonight as well.
Well, see, and I really kind of wanted to get tickets to that for the wife for Stevie Nicks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But about the time that those tickets were going on sale, the Cure tickets went on sale. And yeah, the wife and I decided the Cure would outweighed Billy Joel and Stevie Nicks.
Where's the Cure playing?
The Cure, well, that ended up happening in June,
Well, that's
but
a
the
long
tickets
time
were on
ago.
sale at the same time. But that was at the XL Energy Center.
Got it. Okay. Okay. That was a long time ago. I think we talked about that at the time too, right?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna have to miss a show, but it turned out I had my dates completely wrong, and I didn't have to miss a show.
I was thinking when you said that you weren't going to get tickets for Billy Joel and Stevie Nicks was because of your loyalty to GhostBox Radio, but clearly that wasn't actually the case.
No,
So
because, this is on Monday it was my 20th wedding anniversary, and in all fairness, I've had Danny longer than I've had you.
that hurts.
I'm sorry.
Don't don't you dare throw that in my face. So yeah, so it's our first on air spat.
Yeah, really. You
So
figured it would have been the Mothman debate we've had because you say the Mothman's a cryptid, I say it's a harbinger.
but
It
if when it comes to paranormal, I'm pretty open minded. Anything to do in that area, anything else, I'm about as rigid as can be. So that's kind of how that works. I actually had a chance to see Billy Joel one of the last times he was in. He played at Target Field,
Oh, right on.
and when I was working for Carmichael Lynch, an advertising agency, we had just won the pitch for the Minnesota Twins,
Oh, nice.
and so they, as a thank you, because I was on the pitch team, as a thank you, they invited us all to a box a seat for the Billy Joel concert. But they didn't include everybody who really worked on it, and my role was more of a producer role. So I wasn't like the editor. So I gave my ticket to one of the editors who did not get invited, just because that just seemed to be the right thing to do. Plus, I'm not a huge fan of hanging out with my coworkers. That if I'm not a big fan of them, I don't want to hang out with them like at a Billy Joel concert. I don't want to see these people. You've seen this, I'm sure, Adam, when you go to like the Christmas parties and stuff, and a
Oh,
few
yeah.
drinks in, and these people change.
Oh,
They
yeah.
become different people. I want nothing to do with them.
And some of them are a lot worse than they are when they're sober at work.
If possible, if that's even possible, and it is. That's the thing. It really is. So, yeah, no, I just thought, what, I think I'll come out looking good as well as avoiding having to go, and that was really pretty much where it's at. Also, this weekend, there was a reunion for my grade school. My grade school, St. Charles Borromeo, has a reunion from the class of '88
For grade
uh,
school?
for grade school.
Wow.
Yeah, as you can tell, I'm not going. Like, okay. I mean, I'm still friends with some of the people there, but and like maybe I'm just have no humor in me whatsoever, but I really don't. Now I'm gonna say it on the air. I really don't care what a lot of these people have been doing the last 40 years. Okay.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with that.
Yeah. For me, I think I've stayed in contact with 3, maybe 4 people from high school, and only one or 2 of them I've really known since elementary school.
Mhm.
Everybody, all the other friends I've kept since then have really been the, like, 15 months with the people that I spent at Brown College, and then a handful of former coworkers from different places throughout the many places I've worked over the years.
Yeah.
But when it comes to, like, elementary school, and no, and plus I'm 700 miles away from anybody I went to
True, you
elementary or
are.
high school with, so and none of them will come up and visit. They're all like, "When are you gonna come back down?" I'm like, "I don't think I am." And then radio silence from everyone.
Well, and yeah, I get that, and it's also too, going back to a Catholic school reunion, and it's like, what are you up to? Well, I'm in very much into the paranormal, crickets.
Yeah,
So I
someone will
don't know.
come by and try to bless you.
Yeah, right. Cast me away.
I need a
Yeah,
ghost
no,
priest and a young priest.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. They're good people. I just, this weekend, there's other things I'd rather be doing this weekend, and I will. And I just like, no, nope. And even like this has been brewing for like a month or two. And as soon as I saw it and like got the Facebook invite, I'm just like, have fun, everyone. Good luck with whatever that is. So yeah.
for some reason, Waldron High School likes to do it all in like Facebook Messenger. There is no email. There isn't a private message or anything.
Gross.
No, we're going to tag all 53, and I think only 50 of us are still alive at this point,
Oh,
in
boy.
this giant Facebook conversation or Messenger conversation, when I'm like, 47 of you I don't even want to talk to.
No. No, and I can imagine too that now I'm getting to the age, if I were to go to these things, which I've never even been to a high school reunion, if I were to go to these things, it would be start ticking off the list of who's not with us anymore. You know, that we're getting to that age
Oh, yeah.
where that's not a rarity anymore. It's becoming more of a, well, this is part of the conversation. So, you know, and then next thing you know, I'm going to be pulling out a spirit box to see if I can get a hold with them or something. You know,
Hey, Bill, you there? Yeah.
yeah, come through. And then I'm just going to look bad if they don't decide to come through. So
Well,
there is that as well.
the sad thing is, when I was in high school, I thought about making sure I kept my senior year yearbook, and I was going to cross out the people who passed away.
Wow.
I made it through one, and then I lost the yearbook, and two more have passed since, but I don't have the yearbook to cross them off.
Well,
anymore.
and it's just, you know, foolish on you. You didn't have a picture of the yearbook in the yearbook that you can cross that out because
Yeah, no
apparently
kidding,
that
right?
died. So wow, that's morbid, dude. I don't know. That's
Hey, I went to Catholic
hit the
college.
dump button because I'm
so-
going to tell you what, it's effed up. No.
It is. It is, but would I work on this show if I wasn't a little morbid?
Yeah, no comment.
Especially after last night's episode on H.H. Holmes.
That was
was amazing.
Yeah, that was really good. That was really good. Oh, yeah, I want to talk about that in a second. But I also, before we head off to break, I want to show you something. And this is, you know, it's always great to show people stuff when you're listening to a radio show. But our friend Brad over at Crack Skull Paranormal sent me something, Adam, that I think we're going to bring to the station.
Sadly, I knew about this.
Did you know about this?
Yeah, he sent me a picture of it when he was creating it.
Did you know that it took me nearly over a week to open it? I finally
No, I
opened
didn't
it.
know that.
Matter of fact, I opened it when we were talking. I said, "Oh, I'll be right back."
Oh, that's what you had
when I
forgotten.
opened it, because
Right
I knew about it because he couldn't keep it a secret. He's just like, "Are you going to open this?" And I'm like, "I'm getting to it."
Oh,
But
right.
for those of you who are interested, Brad Webb over at Crack Skull Paranormal, he sent me a REM pod, and on it says GhostBox Radio, which is really nice with the AM 950 logo. Once I figure out how to get the battery in there, it's a little tight for me. Maybe I'm just not knowing how to do it well. We'll bring it in. We'll I don't know if I'll leave it there because I just don't trust anyone at the station to. I mean, if you saw the inside of that place, you'd agree that it's not something that you just
well, the random
leave stuff you
chupacabra,
like there. What's
that
that?
random chupacabra that hangs out around here would definitely mess with it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Oh my gosh.
Well, thank you
Yeah.
very much,
So,
Brad.
we got some comments in there. Why don't we do this? Why don't we go ahead, take our first break? When we come back, we're going to go through some comments. I want to go through question of the week as well, as we asked that today. We got some news stories coming up, and don't forget, whatever you all want to talk about, let us know. We'll give you the number when we come back. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
Feeling like people just don't get the vibrant rainbow unicorn that is your celestial essence? Have you been wondering how you stepped into this infernal, mundane timeline full of muggles, NPCs, and toilet paper shortages? Here at Magus Books and Herbs, we get you, and are staffed with real-life unicorns just waiting to help you rediscover your shine. So come explore your magical side with books, herbs, incense classes, and more at 1848 Central Avenue Northeast in Minneapolis or online at magusbooks.com.
Hello, I'm Jody, also known as Witch Jody on social media. I opened Midwest Witchery and Healing in historic Stillwater because as a nurse, I love to help others. When you come and visit Midwest Witchery and Healing, you will find everything from divination and magical services, classes to ritual tools, jewelries, handcrafted candles, witchy gear, and much more. My store is a safe environment for all on their own unique path. Look for the purple door. Find out more at MidwestWitcheryHealing.com.
Reach your highest level of consciousness and well-being with MetamorphosisConnections.com. Metamorphosisconnections.com is an online directory of the best holistic and metaphysical practitioners to help you make your most informed choices. You can search metamorphosisconnections.com for classes, events, wellness and life coaches, plus metaphysical products and shops. You can also search for a wide array of healers from all modalities, including EFT, sound healing, energy healing, light therapy, ancestral healing, shamanic healing, reflexology, past life regressions, hypnotherapy, yoga, and more. And if you're not sure where to start, the search feature on metamorphosisconnections.com is tailored to help both those who know what they are looking for and those who are just starting. Come explore the possibilities for your higher self by visiting metamorphosisconnections.com. Their experienced practitioners can guide both beginners and those that are already on their spiritual journey. That's metamorphosisconnection.com, your link to direct you on your spiritual transformation.
Located just north of 50th in France, the Great Wall Restaurant has provided a delicious taste of authentic Chinese cuisine since 1981. Specializing in Szechuan and Peking dishes, they offer one of the most extensive menus in the Twin Cities. Favorites include hot and sour soup, pan-fried dumplings, and mushu pork with homemade Chinese pancakes. Stop by their Edina location or call for takeout at 952-927-4439. See the full menu at greatwallrestaurant.us.
And welcome back to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. I'm Greg Bakken. It's Casual Friday, folks. You know what that means. Anything goes. If there's something you want to talk about, give us a call, 952-946-6205. That's 952-946-6205. Or if you much prefer, if you're watching us on one of our Facebook pages, such as Things Network, AM 950 Radio, or GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakken, please put it in the comments. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about tonight. And first off, I just wanted to, Adam, I don't know if this is new to me. Okay. So you may know what this is. Joanne asked, what's your theory on Dulce compound? And I had to look it up to see what that was. I'm actually not that familiar with it. Are you?
No, I am not.
Apparently, and I'm going off. So I literally just looked it up, folks. I do not want to make it sound like that I know what I'm talking about here. The Dulce base is subject of conspiracy theory, claiming that a jointly operated human and alien underground facility exists under the Archula Mesa on Colorado, New Mexico border near the town of Dulce, New Mexico. You know, that does actually sound familiar. Actually, I think I know somebody who's visited there, to be honest. Now that it comes to think about it, I'm going to ask her. Suzanne Worthy, she was one of our guests once. I've known her for years. She's on a different level when it comes to mediumship. She's seeing grids. She's seeing, she can see what star seeds are. She can see things that we only talk about. And she's been to a place, and that might be where she was located. Now, Emily is saying that as far as the Dulce compound, definitely a good rabbit hole. The indigenous residents there do not go near there. Sounds like that's a good topic for a show or two down the line, is what I'm thinking.
That really does. Thank you.
Yeah,
I definitely want to start reading up on some of that.
Yeah,
that
no
sounds
kidding.
Weird, and it sounds plausible.
Oh yeah,
it totally sounds plausible. I could see that happening.
I'm not sure if Suzanne talked about this when she was on the show with me, but she had been to a place where they saw the ships leaving the mountain. And I wasn't sure if this was it or there's just stuff that it's just that, and you know that there's something actually to kind of pay attention to when someone tells you it's so blasé, that they're just like, oh yeah, and then we saw the ships, coming out of the side of the mountain. You're like, I'm sorry, what did you say? And there's like, yeah, there's the ships that are coming outside the mountain, and I'm like, okay. Okay,
is this a daily occurrence? Can you say
right
by them?
It's incredible. So yeah. Now let's see. We were talking about graduating classes. Emily also says that my graduating class was like 47 kids or something. I never speak to any of them either. No, I mean, My graduating class, because I went to St. Anthony Village High School, my graduating class was about 70 some. And there's a couple people I not on a regular basis really, but I keep up with a couple people, but generally and not that much, to be very honest.
The
It's
sad
just
thing is more people from my past have reached out to me since I started sharing the GhostBox stuff on Facebook.
I think, in my opinion, I think that so many people are into it, and even to this day, I don't think that they make a deal of it. But then they probably saw you sharing paranormal stuff, and they're like, "Ooh, he one of us. He likes what we like."
Well, quite possibly, because the area I grew up in is a very small community in Shelby County, Indiana, St. Paul,
Hmm.
Waldron. All of us either went to St. Vincent Catholic Church or St. Joe Catholic Church for the most part. And you never really talked about that kind of stuff. Like,
No.
I was kind of the weird one because I would bring it up. It's like, yeah, my backyard when I was first growing up was a graveyard. There would be every now and then you'd see people walking around in the graveyard, but nobody was there, or there was the woman who it would appeared to be a woman would be walking in the parking lot from the church to the gathering hall and would just disappear before she reached the church door steps. To me, that was normal. That was the stuff I was experiencing from like age that I remember from like age 4 to like 9
Hmm.
when I
Hmm.
was, living in that part of town. And to me, that was normal. And the fact that nobody else believed in it, it's like, well, you guys just don't understand. So I'm out.
Crazy. Yeah, no, I have absolutely no interest. And I know I'm sounding very negative about it, and I don't really mean to be. I'm just someone who tends to kind of look forward, and it's just not interesting to me. Now, Mandy says that her graduating class was about 850 people, which it's like that'd be daunting to go and have a graduating class bigger than our listenership, quite honestly. So, there
Or
is
more
that.
along the lines of how long does that graduation ceremony take?
Oh, I
Is this
know.
like an all day event?
Right? It's probably still going on. And I don't know. Those things are long anyway. It's
Yeah.
just like I don't want gosh, here's the thing, and I'm sure this is the case that how many of those people Mandy is just like, I have no idea who you are. I've never even seen you before. That's sort of like where, we would know everybody in our class.
Yeah.
We would know everybody.
So somebody was, I had geometry with you. Really? Geometry?
Yeah, like I've never seen you before.
Yeah.
Now Lynette says that my ex-husband's kids would traditionally cut out the faces of their parents, ex-husbands, and wives from past family photos. I'm sure my face is no longer in some of those pictures now, kind of like Adam crossing off his deceased former classmates.
See, I'm not weird.
No, you are weird. Here's why, okay? They're not dead. They're not waiting for people to die. You are literally waiting for people to die so you could pull out your yearbook. Your yearbook probably didn't get lost. It probably ran away from you because it was
Oh,
mortified with what
likely.
you are doing.
Well, and the sad thing is after my mother passed in 2017, I don't get any updates, so I would be so far behind to begin with of who died in the community. After she passed, I get no updates from down there. Not even from my living family members, if they're still alive.
Yeah, people will be like, "Hey, have you heard about so and so?" I'm like, "Who's that?" So I mean, there is there
Oh,
is that as well.
you played Little League with him, did I?
Yeah, right.
Okay, that's cool.
Oh, you mean that one time I actually did sports?
Yeah,
Yes,
that
that's
kind of
right.
thing.
I didn't like that. So
Once once it went away from the pitching machine that just gave me the ball right down the middle of the plate, I was done.
yeah, once they took away the stand that the ball was on, when I could actually hit it that way, then it's like, This is tough. I don't
Oh,
want to do
yeah.
any of this
Like, this
anymore."
is hard, I
No,
quit.
no,
Let me go listen
that's
to
when
my
I moved.
stereo.
Well, that's when I moved on to like, okay, band. I can do band.
Yep.
Also, actually, was really decent in speech, but
Yeah,
I only
me
did
too.
that my senior year.
I did speech and drama all the way from freshman to senior year.
Oh, nice.
And same with band. So it was drama and band. That was my big thing.
Wow. Yeah. So let's see here. We did a question this week, also known as Just Today, where I just asked, are you a true crime fan? What true crime story individual fascinates you the most and why? And we didn't get a ton of responses, which is fine. We got one from Elsie Ann. She says she does like true crime because I love a good mystery puzzle, who done it. And I have to say, I'm sure that there's a lot of that. Like, when growing up watching A&E with Bill Curtis, and he would do those crime shows, and you'd be just watching along and trying to think ahead, like from the very moment it starts, like, okay, was it the husband that did it? It's normally the husband that did it, that sort of thing.
Mine was Unsolved Mysteries with Robert Stack.
Oh, yeah.
That was my big one. That was tune in Saturday or Sunday nights. I don't remember which one, but that was on. And then after that was Rescue 911. That's when the TV went off. I didn't care about Shatner, but give me some Robert Stack telling me about all the mysteries.
Yeah. I mean, and we would be doing with my ex-wife Jolene, we'd watch a lot of those, like especially like the murder programs. I mean, it's like really a dark existence, quite honestly. But yeah, we watched a lot of that, and right away you'd be like, there was like one in St. Paul, I think, called like the Whisper Killer or something like that, because he has a sort of this like this wispy voice or something back in the early 80s, and it's just like, oh my god, this is quite, it's fascinating, but at the same time it's very morbid. But I think that's part of the, dare I say, fun of it. That's horrible, but you know what I mean. Like the challenge is, can I figure it out based on following what the police are doing as well?
Mm-hmm. What is that other one? My daughter watches it all the time. Women Who Kill, I think it is, where it follows the female serial killers and mass murderers. She'll watch that and try to put that stuff together. And then she'll turn around and flip on Netflix and watch You. And I'm like, you need some help, princess? Am I missing a sign here? Should I be sleeping with one eye open? No, you're fine.
And I've seen cases, talking with people who had been taking classes from us and stuff, and they had been like, not been able to sleep. They've been having a lot of troubles with stuff, and you kind of dig a little bit deeper, and they're like, oh yeah, I love like true crime stuff, and I've been watching I watch that stuff before I go to bed every night. And it's like, maybe not do that for a little while. I don't know. Maybe instead actually, not watch stuff about killing before you go to bed, and maybe you might have a more positive nighttime experience. And they gave it up for about a week, and they're like, yeah, it's a lot better. Oh my gosh.
I will say one of the best ones to fall asleep to, though, Destination Truth. Fall asleep to that every night. It's an old sci-fi TV show hosted by Josh Gates, where it's paranormal, ufology, and cryptids, and a lot of local folklore and entomology. It was an amazing show, and he's got the kind of voice where you can fall asleep to. So that's what I fall asleep to every night. More paranormal, cryptids, and ufology.
Now, let's see here. Michelle says, Michelle McNamara's story, I'll Be Gone in the Dark. I have to admit, that's not one I'm familiar with, but I'll look it up. Lisa says, yes, I've read many books by Anne Rule, who wrote about Ted Bundy, she worked with at a crisis hotline center. Wow. And the Green River Killer, to name a couple. I find it morbidly fascinating, and I think it's healthy. I don't know what you think, Adam. I think it's healthy to have morbid interest in stuff, because I think it keeps you, like, you have to kind of play on both, on both sides of the line, so to speak. You're not killing anybody, but you are morbidly fascinated by it.
As long as you're not acting out on it, but I think it will keep. I think it can keep people grounded. It's like,
I
wow,
think
that
so.
is depth of whatever that I will never get into. It's like it's interesting, but yeah, no, that's too much work.
Yeah, no. Wait, what's too much work, Adam?
You
What is
know, being able to do it for long periods of time, covering your tracks,
mm.
getting enough acid to I'm going way too far to
So basically, we should be happy you're lazy.
very much so.
Otherwise, you'd be a serial killer.
Yeah, you should be happy I have zero ambition.
You
I've
should
gotten
be-
to the age of there's no ambition anymore. You're lucky I put pants on. So
we are, and also, thank God for wrestling,
yeah,
because maybe if wrestling wasn't around, maybe there'd be like 50 less people in the Twin Cities now because of you. I don't know.
I wouldn't be living vicariously through them beating the crap out of each other. Yeah,
Exactly.
for show.
I am super happy I'm not in the studio tonight. Let's see here. Jill says I would have to thank Jack. Well, it's not thank. Oh my gosh. Now I got to learn. I got to thank Jack the Ripper for everything.
Oh God.
Jill says I would have to say Jack the Ripper, who he was and had escaped Europe and continued his slayings in America. I don't know if she listened to last night's program or not, but or because she's pretty she knows a lot about a lot of stuff. So I'm surprised if she doesn't know actually about it being the other way around, possibly.
Yeah.
But I don't think for a second, Adam, that Jack the Ripper ever came over to America. If the H.H. Holmes theory makes a lot more sense to me.
It does. And there was one thing I wanted to ask Jeff last night on the air when they had the boss letter and then the handwritten note from H.H. Holmes, and it was a 97% match. The question I had for him, being a former lawyer, would he be willing to take that to trial to try to get a conviction?
Well, and I had wondered if, and I wanted to go back and reread the letter, the Dear Boss letter, because it's, what if there are colloquialisms of British writing that is actually spelt in American, words.
In American English.
Yeah, is like, for example, color or something like that. I mean, even the boss, the term boss, to me, that seems more American than British. I don't know. I don't know. Lynette is with you, Adam. Serial killing does take a lot of effort. She says that as fact, and that actually kind of worries me. That
Lynette,
that's
we're here.
Yeah, yeah. It should be. I think the sentence should be more like, I would think serial killing does take a lot of effort. No, and she's like, serial killing takes a lot of effort.
Yeah, I know. See,
like she is well aware. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And you watch enough CSI, you watch enough Unsolved Mysteries, you can figure this out.
A friend of mine today, she had shared the post that I had written asking for people if they like true crimes, whatever. And I checked their page and they got one answer, and it's a woman that just says, nope. It's not for everybody.
I think, to me, though, the fact that you have these kind of individuals like Richard Rodriguez or Richard Ramirez or the Ted Bundys, the Ed Geins of the world, and how that can lead into paranormal with, let's say, for example, the famously haunted Cecil Hotel in Southern California, where on many occasions Ramirez's spirit has come through on different devices, and not just from the one TV show we're not going to mention on this show, but in other recorded aspects.
Yeah.
And you brought up the point last night about not wanting to cross over for either their ego won't let them because they know they can continue it over here, or they fear what's on the other side. And that's why I think that the serial killers, the true crime stuff can also definitely be fuel for hauntings.
Yeah. Well, and I think that and Michael and Marty Perry, who are a team of psychic mediums who used to work on Ghost Adventures, and they were part of the Cecil episode. They actually got Ramirez coming to them, and Ramirez, if I remember the story correctly, because it wasn't on air, they told me this separately, that basically Ramirez waited until Bagans was away from them before coming to them, because I think even in death, Ramirez saw kind of what Zach Bagans is all about. So
he can smell his own.
Yeah, pretty much. Before we head off to break here, I just wanted to say hello to Janet, especially since she says, enjoying very much. Thanks. Shared, Halifax, Nova Scotia. Thank you very much. Very nice that we're getting around. So, and you can kind of get a little bit of insight into the dark mind of Adam as he's crossing out more pictures in the newspaper, I'm sure, since you don't have your yearbook anymore and whatever you're doing. Oh my God, I don't even know.
That's why I'm going to subscribe to the Shelbyville News from here on out.
I'll cross you out one way or the other.
Right.
Let's go ahead, take our next break. When we come back, there's a couple news stories I want to read about some UFO breaking news, so to speak. Well, sort of. We'll talk a little bit more about that when we get back. Plus, anything else that you have in the comments, or if you want to call in, you're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950.
Hello, I'm Jody, also known as Witch Jody on social media. I open Midwest Witchery and Healing in historic Stillwater because as a nurse, I love to help others. When you come and visit Midwest Witchery and Healing, you will find everything from divination and magical services, classes to ritual tools, jewelries, handcrafted candles, witchy gear, and much more. My store is a safe environment for all on their own unique path. Look for the purple door. Find out more at MidwestWitcheryHealing.com.
Crooner's Supper Club invites you to enjoy drinks, a delicious dinner, and live music from both big-name local and national artists in a wide array of styles. Before or after your show, check out the new Maggie's Lounge, a perfect spot to visit with friends. It's open Wednesdays through Sundays beginning at 4:30 with cocktails and light fare. And you don't need a ticket to enjoy the great atmosphere of Maggie's. Crooner's Supper Club off Moore Lake and Highway 65. A little piece of old school nightlife in the 21st century.
If you own a holistic or metaphysical business and are looking to expand, then you need to be listed on metamorphosisconnections.com. It's a network where you can grow with like-minded practitioners and reach new clients. Metamorphosisconnections.com is an online directory you need to list yourself and your business. Our platform makes it easy for you to create listings of your products and services, and you can also choose to list your classes, events, and so much more. Metamorphosisconnections.com helps you create weekly and monthly promotional ads targeted towards your potential clients and promotes them for you via social media and newsletter. There are clients searching for your specialty right now. Let us help them find you. Start your listing today so you can share your own unique gifts and talents by finding the level of membership that best fits your needs. Let us help you reach your clients that are searching for what you do. Visit metamorphosisconnections.com and sign up today.
With a look at your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Partly cloudy tonight with a low of 29, then a chance of rain on Saturday with a high of 45. Hell is Empty and All the Devils Are Here Again offers a much-needed communal laugh and is in the spirit of radical inclusion. Performances are at the Luminary Arts Center in Minneapolis now until November 18th. Get your tickets at interactcenterarts.org.
And make sure you join us on Monday as we're going to have on author Joe Prozit. He's going to join the show to talk about his upcoming book series, From Order. It's going to be a trilogy. And he's also going to read some short stories on Monday. I think it's going to be a fantastic conversation. I met him over at the St. Cloud Paraconnection back in October, and we hit it off. And it's really cool to bring someone on. This is actually fiction. And normally we talk a lot about nonfiction books and stuff. So I'm really excited to hear about this world that he has created. And it's going to be a great conversation. So check that out. And also, as always, we do the Best of GhostBox Radio on Saturday and Sunday on AM 950. So at 8:05 tomorrow, We're going to have we're going to replay some interviews from Bishop Brake, Rob Guttrow, Madam Pamita. It's going to be they're really great conversations. So if you have a chance, please check it out. Now we are finishing up the week. We're easing into the weekend, and I'm really excited that we're able to have these moments. Adam, I really do love doing these Casual Fridays because it's during the week, especially like yesterday's program with Jeff Mudgett. It can be a very tense, really cool, but really tense experience. So it's just kind of nice to be kind of freeform on days like today, I think.
Kind of get rid of the gloom and doom and head into the weekend with a positive thought.
With a smile, right? That's
Yes.
what it's all about. We
Smile.
laugh. We don't smile. Adam and I don't smile. God.
No, we want to be goths. We're not smiling. And we dance like this.
Well, and don't forget too. I mean, if you're part of the paranormal, you have to look very serious. You have to look like you're gonna, kick everyone's ass. That's the official way to do pictures as paranormal groups. You have to have your arms crossed. You have to be wearing black. So I have that. You have to have a goatee to hide your fat face. So I got that as well. And then you just kind of, do the whole like I am so, I'm so better than everyone else. So that's kind of how a paranormal investigator does pictures always.
Yeah,
So.
no, my picture wouldn't be like that. My picture would probably be me yelling, being like, "Oh my God, I caught something." That would be my picture. Dude, we got an EVP.
with yearbook in hand.
Yes.
So
it was Jeff. I got him right here. See, he looked great in that suit.
All right. So the head of the Pentagon's UFO office is retiring days after admitting that there could be some truth in a whistleblower's shocking claim that the U.S. government is hiding evidence of aliens. In an interview with Politico, Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick said he had decided to step down after achieving his goals, having postponed retirement to take on the role. Dr. Kirkpatrick has been director of the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, also known as ARROW, since it was founded by the Biden administration last year. And in the 18 months since its inception, the issue of UFOs have generated much public and political interest. This reached a fever pitch in the summer as former U.S. intelligence officer David Charles Grush alleged that the government had evidence of intact and partially intact alien vehicles. Speaking during a congressional hearing into the unidentified anomalous phenomenon, UAP, the office named for UFOs, he went further, adding that people had been harmed or injured in an effort to cover up the information. So let me say that again. He went further, adding that people have been harmed or injured in an effort to cover up the information. Dr. Kirkpatrick said ARROW had attempted to contact Mr. Grush about his claims repeatedly, which the whistleblower denied. However, speaking during an off-camera meeting with the press on Halloween, the ARROW director admitted some of the claims could be true. We are investigating each and every one of Grush's claims, he said. We cross-referencing those. There are some bits of information that are turning out to be things and events that really happened. A lot is still under review, and we're putting all that together into our historical report. The report is one of the final tasks he will complete before leaving next month. His current deputy, Tim Phillips, will lead ARROW until a permanent replacement is found. Dr. Kirkpatrick postponed his retirement to take up the role, during which time ARROW launched the website sharing declassified information on UFOs, which now allow troops and government employees to report their own sightings. He also co-authored a draft paper with Harvard alien hunter professor Avi Loeb, leaked online, which suggested the UAP studied by ARROW could be alien probes sent to study Earth by mothership out in the cosmos. While he did not give permission for the paper to be published, Dr. Kirkpatrick said he did not regret his involvement. In an interview with Politico, he said the best thing that could come out of this job is to prove that there are aliens. If we don't prove it's alien, then what we're finding is evidence of other people doing stuff in our backyard, he said, and that's not good. His statement may come as a surprise to many UFO enthusiasts who have previously labeled Dr. Kirkpatrick as a gatekeeper of the government's UFO secrets. That's pretty interesting.
That is very interesting.
And Yeah, go ahead.
The timing of him stepping down is kind of odd.
Oh yeah. Well, here's what I thought, because there's another one that last sentence is really interesting, and I'm not going to read the whole thing here because there's a lot here. But in another report I have is that this week the director of U.S. Government UFO Analysis Office stated that there is evidence of concerning unidentified flying object activity in our backyard. According to physicist Sean Kirkpatrick, who heads the congressionally mandated all-domain Anomaly Research Office, this alarming UFO activity could be attributed to one of two extraordinary sources, either a foreign power or aliens. Now, what's interesting about that, in my opinion, Adam, is the fact that uh, that's probably the biggest thing that's ever come out of any of this. This is probably almost even bigger than Grush in some ways, in my opinion. And he does it right before he retires.
Yeah,
Like,
the
he's
statement.
like, I know I'm out, so here you go.
Yeah, those are some very powerful statements, and my thought on that is there something that is going to come out now that once he finally steps down and the new director is there? There's going to be another massive dump of released information under whoever the new director becomes?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, and that's just it though. I kind of feel like it might be the opposite, because I think he's giving that information because he knows he's leaving. Does that mean that whoever takes over for him, their superiors are going to try to clamp down the information further because he let this go?
That could be too.
I don't know.
But I want them to release as much information as they're willing to. I don't know if the public is ready for all the information yet, but at least let us know that the things we're seeing isn't an imminent danger. But the question is, do they even know if it is an imminent danger, whether it be man-made or intergalactically made?
So you're telling me that you don't think that the civilization is ready to find out whether aliens are real? You basing this off of stuff like the fact that because there was a health scare that we couldn't have toilet paper for 6 months? I mean, it's because I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's seems reasonable.
It could be leaning that direction. The past three and a half years or so has really taught me quite a few things about mankind.
Right, right. that
My yearbook thing ain't a bad idea now at this
no,
point, though, is it?
no, just yeah. Well, and two, I mean, I don't think the majority of civilization is ready to know the truth about it, but at the same time, I think that's partially because of how not just the US government, but the worldwide government system has treated it and how they've kept it from us. So it's kind of like, well, since we didn't tell you anything, we had decades to kind of ease us into this, have open conversations, make it so that we are better prepared. They've never done that. And now they are, but are we going to be accepting of it?
And is it going to be too little too late when it comes to preparedness, especially if it's an interstellar UAPs and not, whatever other country might be trying to spy on whatever other country it might be?
Right.
I don't know. But honestly, I look forward to our alien overlords coming in and taking over. I think it might be more of a vacation at this point. When you look at, the world in general, like Iceland's about to fall into the ocean. So, maybe the aliens can come in and help us.
Maybe. I mean, that's and it always goes back for me to and Emily puts in lizard people. I mean, that's reptoids. I mean, I got to send you a picture of somebody, Adam, that and I don't know if I've shown it to you, and her profile picture, she has reptile eyes. I kid you not. And I just like, they exist. I've been telling you people this for years. They exist,
Yeah. How else would Justin Bieber have a career? Oh, baby, baby, baby.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it's really interesting. And that was my first thought, at least with Kirkpatrick, was that the fact that he's just about ready to retire, and he drops this, and you got to wonder, you know, what the repercussions are within the government. You know, if there's
I really do hope, though, the next step is another information drop for everyone. And the more and more, and I don't care what it sounds, but the further we're getting along here, not only with the Mexico hearings, but also the hearings in the US. Man, Bob Lazar had some points.
he's somebody that you know, and I've asked a few weeks ago, do we think this guy is legit? And I know people that we've had on the show don't think so, but I kind of do. I really do.
I'm more and more as the years have gone on. I'm like, I don't think he was lying. You know, especially now that we're heading into Christmas time and all the new tech is dropping for Christmas time.
Yeah. Where did it come from?
Always makes me wonder.
Absolutely. Now, as we wrap up the week, don't forget Monday, we're going to have on author Joe Prozit. It's going to be a fantastic conversation. Please make sure to visit GhostBox Radio to find past episodes of our radio shows, and like us over on Facebook at GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakken. Also, send any comments or feedback about the show, who you like to see on, anything you'd like to talk about, please send them to comment@ghostboxradio.com. Don't forget to check out the best of GhostBox Radio, airing Saturdays at 8:05 p.m. and Sundays at 4:05 p.m. That's going to be on AM 950. And finally, whether you're chasing spirits or just drinking them tonight, please be careful. And we're going to see you Monday as we talk with author Joe Prozit. It's going to be a great conversation. Everyone, have a great weekend. Adam, you have a great weekend too.
You too. See you next week.
All right. Take care, everyone.
I'm standing up for the middle class. Tom Hartman here on the